Hey everyone, welcome to today's YouTube ad tutorial where we'll be discussing the most profitable types of YouTube ads used today in 2021.
So in this video, we're going to be covering what they are, how you pay, when to use them, and the full pros and cons of each video ad, how to use them, and how to make them work for your particular business.
Yeah. So what kind of ads do we actually have on the YouTube platform? So the first one, and it's probably the most common type, are actually known as skippable ads. All right, you see these types of ads all the time before, during, and even after a YouTube video plays. Okay. Now the next type that we have are called non-skippable ads. Now there's actually two types of ads that we classify as non-skippable ads because you can't skip them. And these two type of ads are called non-skippable ads, and they generally run for about 15 seconds. And then the next type are called bumper ads, and these run for 6 seconds. And again, you'll see these before, during, and after a YouTube video, and you can't skip them. Now, the third type that you see normally are called discovery ads. All right, so you've probably seen these types of ads, but not really known what they are. But what they look like normal videos inside a search. So if you go onto YouTube and you type in, how do I put makeup on my lips, right? There could be an ad at the very top that looks like a video, right? And it talks about the best makeups out there or whatever it could be, right? That's called a discovery ad. And those are really great for, helping to grow your YouTube channel or to get more views on a video, right? And then the last type of ads are what we like to call overlay ads and display ads. Now, these ads are shown on YouTube, but they're not actually hosted on YouTube. They're actually in the display network, and we'll get into that a bit later on. But basically, they're the little banners, the little banner that pops up at the bottom of your video that it's advertising some sort. That's called an overlay ad. And if you look next to a YouTube video on the top right-hand side, there's like a big banner, like a big box there that has an advertisement. That's called a display ad. All right. So those are like the four main categories of ads that are found inside YouTube.
All right, so let's talk about skippable ads. These are probably the most used advertising video format on YouTube. The ads that come up just before and after a YouTube video, they go for roughly around 1 to 4 minutes, and we recommend your ad length. How long should my ad be? Anywhere from about 1.5 minutes to about 3 minutes. Again, you can have a 10-minute ad or a 20-minute ad. It can't be too long, but it can be too boring. Okay, so make sure that you get your message across really quickly. Also, you can skip them after 5 seconds. You know the ones you'll be watching them and the timer will be counting down. You'll be like, I've got to skip it to try and get to your related content. Now, these types of ads are also known as TrueView ads or TrueView ads for action. Okay. Now, the difference between TrueView and TrueView for action basically means one set up for conversion, like in the campaign itself, which is for action, and one is just set up basically just for views. Okay, so that's one's cost per view, one's CPA or target CPA. Okay, another big tip for these type of ads is know who your target market is, know who it is that you want to talk to. So you might say something like, hey, are you a business owner that? Or are you a manager that does this? Or are you someone who likes sailing? Okay, or talk to the ad, call out whoever it is that you want to speak to. Because what will happen is the people who you're not speaking to will quickly skip the ad and you won't get charged. So this is a really big pro tip with this one, is to make sure that you call out or talk to your perfect demographic, so you're only paying for ads to the exact right people.
So how are you charged with skippable ads? So there are actually 3 ways this happens. All right. So the first way is basically if anyone watches at least 30 seconds of your video, right? So if you have like a 1.5 minute video and someone only watches 25 seconds of your video and they hit skip, you don't get charged. If they watch 29 seconds video, you don't get charged, all right? It's only if they watch more than 30 seconds, all right? The second way is if they watch the entirety of your ad. So just say you're trying to be smart and you go, oh, well, I'm going to fool YouTube and make a 25-second video, whatever, all right? That's pretty smart, right? If they watch the entirety of your ad, then you get charged, all right? And the last way is if they click on your ad, right? So when I think that's like 3 or 4 seconds, the little call to action button pops up. If someone clicks on that call to action button and gets taken away to your website, wherever it is you want to send them, all right, then you get charged. So those are 3 main ways that you get charged with skippable ads.
So what are the pros and cons of skippable ads? Let's have a look. Well, the first one, let's start with the pros. They're very economical way to advertise. Okay, they're super cheap, probably one of the cheapest cost per lead advertising types you'll find on YouTube. You only pay for engaged views. Remember, you only pay people watch more than 30 seconds or click on your ad. And your ad can be as long or as short as you want. If you want a 30-second ad or a 50-second ad or a minute and a half or 10 minutes, you can do that. And you can deliver your message to a viewer in 5 seconds before they skip. Okay, so you can call them out, have an exciting hook. You can do a whole bunch of stuff before they skip your ad. Okay, so what are the cons? Well, the cons basically is the limited attention from the viewer. They can skip within 5 seconds, but I mean, other than that, that's really the only con to this type of ad. This is probably one of my more favorite ads on the YouTube platform. Now, best used niches for this type of ad is any sort of coaching or consulting or business consulting or marketing or any of that, local businesses, e-com, any digital product that you want to run, webinars, courses, any of that kind of stuff.
Anyone really
can run these types of ads. I can't think of a niche that it wouldn't really work for, to be perfectly honest. So if you'd like to see a full breakdown of how to actually build a profitable campaign in the back of Google AdWords, there'll be a video just up here. Make sure you click on it. And it'll take you straight to that particular video. You'll be able to go in there and build a campaign step by step. So you'll be able to go and build a skippable ad campaign.
All right, guys. So before we move on to the rest of this video, if you've been getting value out of the content we've been sharing, we ask if you please like, comment, and share this video, as it really helps grow our channel and helps us, to get our message out there to more people. And please hit that little notification bell so you make sure that you get any upcoming content that we put out. All right, so the next type of ads we'll be covering are called non-skippable ads. These are by far the most hated ads on YouTube. As the name states, you can't skip them. All right, now these ads go for, so bumper ads, which are non-skippable, they go for 6 seconds. And then you have the non-skippable ads, and they go for 15 seconds. Like non-skippable ads will show up at the beginning, in the middle, or towards the end of a YouTube video. Where bumper ads, they normally show up in the middle, right, of a YouTube video. These are kind of like...
So the 15-second ones, basically, beginning, middle, and end. The 6-second ones are pretty much just the beginning.
They're like TV commercials, but for YouTube, right? They're really annoying. Like, even I get annoyed with them, okay? With these types of non-skippable ads, you're basically charged in one way, and that is you get charged per 1,000 views, okay, or what's called per impressions, per 1,000 impressions. So so it's on a CPM basis, right? So basically, YouTube has not set price, but a price for your ad on how many 1,000 views, and then once that 1,000 views is reached, boom, you get charged.
Right, so let's have a look at some pros and cons of non-skippable YouTube ads, okay? So the viewer has to watch your entire ad. That's a pro, okay? So let's start with the pros. It is a pro that had to watch it from beginning to end. How much they enjoyed that experience as an end user is a whole nother conversation. But what they are good for is brand awareness. So you'll see a lot of the big corporations do it. Your Nikes, your Discover cards, your credit cards, your big shopping outlet brands. They just want to go out to the masses with their message, okay? So that's really what these are really good for in terms of a good pro for them. Cons are you do have a limited time to deliver your message. You either have 6 or 15 seconds, and you will pay a little bit more for the 15-second ads, obviously, than the 6 seconds, because you are literally taking up 15 seconds of somebody's life to get that ad across to them. Now, best uses or case uses for this are obviously large corporations who want to get their messages out. We've had some pretty good results with remarketing with this as well, more around the 6-second bumper ads for people who know, like, and trust you. But just be a bit careful with those as well. So if you guys want to see a full campaign, how do I build these particular types of non-skippable ads out? There'll be a link up here somewhere. Make sure you go check it out. There's a full play-by-play how to build out the campaign in the back of Google Ads to build a successful non-skippable YouTube ad campaign.
All right, so the next type of ad that we have are called discovery ads. Now, you would have seen these, but you may not have known that they're actually ads. So discovery ads, they show up in the search results. So as I said before, you type in how do I apply makeup or whatever it may be. And what happens a lot of times, if someone's running a discovery ad on that particular search term, it'll show up at the very top of the search results. And it'll have like a little yellow box around it, and it has like it says like a little ad next to it as well. That is called a discovery ad, right? So these ads are fantastic for, building your views for your channel. So how are you charged with discovery ads? Basically, you get charged when someone clicks, and that's it.
So what are the pros and cons for this, and how do we actually use them? So I like to think of discovery ads. If you've ever done any Facebook marketing and you have a post, think of it like a boosted post, okay? Except in this case, it's a YouTube video that you have that you want to boost and get more views on, okay? So you can put it at the top of the keyword search, you can put it inside other people's videos, you can do a whole bunch of really cool stuff with it. So in terms of pros and cons, you gets you more views to your YouTube channel. It allows you to rank higher than your competition, literally in the first couple of spots in any YouTube search that you want to rank for. And here's the thing, your ad actually looks like a normal YouTube video, except it has a little yellow thing around the edges of it, so it kind of stands out a little bit. So these are pretty much used to grow your YouTube channel or your YouTube views, maybe get some subscribers along the way and make you and your brand more prominent on YouTube. So if you'd like to see a full campaign build of how to build out a successful discovery ad, make sure you click on the button up here somewhere. It'll take you to a full campaign, step-by-step, how to build out successful discovery ads.
So the next type, or the last type of ads that we want to discuss in this video are called display ads. Now, the display ads, there's two types of ads inside that little bucket of ads. So the display ads, they show up on the top right-hand side above the suggested videos, right? And then the banner ads that pop up on over top the YouTube videos that you're watching, those are called the overlay ads, right? Now, both of these ads, right, they only work on desktop. Okay, so if you wanted to put these types of ads on mobile devices, you won't be able to. They only work on desktop. Now the sizes for these ads, right? So for your display ad, it's 300 by 250 pixels. Make sure you write that down.
Makes it a square.
Yeah, makes it a square-ish, right? Then your overlay ad is 728 by 90 pixels. Now with these two types of ads, okay, they can be static ads, so just a normal photo or a normal image with some text, or they can also be animated. Now if they are animated, they can only be 30 seconds long.
The animation.
Now with these ads, like discovery ads, you're only charged when someone clicks. So your ad can show up 100 times, 1,000 times, right? But if no one clicks, you don't get charged. They only get charged when someone clicks.
Yeah. So there's a few different ways of getting charged there. When you first get started, we do suggest manual CPC, which is basically what Marcus was talking about there. So in terms of pros and cons of these types of ads, first one it's a big pro. They can link to any website straight off YouTube, and you can get really, really targeted with your placements. They're totally customizable. Like you said, you can have them animated or not. The other thing that's really cool is that YouTube, Google Ads will actually help you build the ads literally from the pictures from your website and the text and the copy. So if you're thinking, I'd love to do these image ads, but don't know how to build them, there's actually a full builder in the back of Google Ads that will build them for you. So that's a pretty big one. And they're great for remarketing or retargeting, getting your message back out to people who've been to your website but maybe didn't take the action that you were looking for. Now, in terms of cons, like what are the downside of these display image-based ads on YouTube? Well, basically, they're not super prominent. Yes, they are up the top in the right hand for the suggested and the accompanying banner, but then you've got the overlay ad, which is the small little square one. There's not a lot of room in there to actually write your message or whatever it might be, okay? And at the end of the day, these can only be an image. So if you'd like to see a full breakdown of how to build one of these, how to actually put your ads on YouTube without having any video ads, using just image ads, make sure you click on the button above. There's a full breakdown of how to build these campaigns step by step as you go through, so make sure you check that out. So guys, hopefully you've enjoyed the content in this video so far. Look, if there's any topics or any questions that you have, please put them in the chat below. Also, let us know what your biggest takeaway is, so it helps us create better content for you as we go through.